What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, early in the morning.
Okay, I want to start off today's video with a update on my hiking plans, but before I do that, let me explain what I'm doing right now. I'm anticipating my running the rock and roll half marathon in Mexico City in December. So I'm just out doing a little run right now for conditioning for that. And in about 4 weeks, I've got a little 5K race coming up in Dallas that, will be a good gauge on what I think I will be able to do in this half marathon. But first, let's talk about my hiking and my hiking plans. And yeah, my last hike, the Tour de Mont Blanc, didn't go as planned. And there's questions, will I be going back? Oh, first of all, let me explain in more detail why I'm recording right now. Is because this is supposed to be an easy run today, and that would be in the zone 2 of my heart rate. And the best way to gauge that is if you can hold a conversation, then you're in zone 2. Yeah, and as you can see, I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm going to try to keep my pace down to where I can do this video. Anyway, back to my hiking in the Tour de Mont Blanc. A lot of questions is, well, will I try it again sometime in the future? And I don't know. I'd like to, not because I want to prove anything, but because the Alps is so beautiful. I would really love to just do that hike, to experience the beauty of that place on this great planet that we live on. So yeah, it's maybe, I guess, is the answer. Probably what's weighing the most heavily on my mind right now, though, is will I ever get back to the Appalachian Trail? And that was just a bit over a year ago when I was pulled off the trail after just doing 530 miles of it because I had some emergency business to take care of back here in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. So yeah, and I definitely, that's probably the trail that I think is calling me the strongest. But the odds of me actually being able to get back and hiking the entire 2,200 miles of that trail, it's kind of hard for me to imagine that right now with my 2 dogs, because I really, at this point, don't feel like I would want to leave them for 5 months or more to do a hike like that. So, but the trail is still calling me. So what I might do is consider going back and just doing smaller sections at a time. Maybe doing, I did 530 miles. That's about a quarter of it, and maybe getting back on the trail where I left off and hiking up to about the halfway point, somewhere around Harper's Ferry, maybe get up into Pennsylvania or something like that, and then doing other sections of it a little later on. So I think that's the most likely way, if I'm going to get back on the Appalachian Trail, how that's going to happen. Now, also in the meantime, there's lots of other trails out there. And probably right now, what looks like the most likely trail that I will do, probably, within the year, within maybe next spring sometime, possibly next summer, who knows, is the Fisherman's Trail in Portugal. That looks like a really interesting trail. So that I think is probably the most likely hike that I will do next. You know, there's still some other trails, like I mentioned, you know, there's some trails in Colombia that I'm thinking about. And so yeah, I'll keep you up to date on that. Now let's get back to my running. And yeah, my next big adventure is going about three and a half hours southeast of where I am right now to Mexico City to run the rock and roll half marathon there. So, and it has been years actually since I've run any race at all. The running that I've been doing has mainly just been, you know, I guess, well, without anticipating a race and not really building my racing capacity, but mainly just getting out just to get a nice run to start the day off right, get the metabolism going. And you know, whenever I start the day off with a run, the rest of the day just seems, you know, more invigorating, more exciting, and I seem to have a lot more energy, oddly, if I've had a good run that morning. I'm having a little trouble keeping up with the conversation right now, so maybe I should force myself to slow down. So yeah, I don't really feel like I'm running that fast, but I am. You probably can't tell it on the video, but I'm on a uphill grade right now too, so that makes things a little more difficult. So anyway, so yeah, I am anticipating that, and in just about 4 weeks I am going to do a little 5K race, just for the sake of, you know, getting back to the racing mindset a little bit, and also as a way to gauge, you know, what I think I might be able to accomplish on this half marathon coming up in December. So yeah, I figure I haven't really been, you know, like I said, running with the idea of preparing for a race in a while. So I think this 5K, you know, I figure I ought to be able to run it in 35 minutes pretty easily. And that's sort of like the average pace for a male runner my age. So that's what I guess I'll be consider satisfied, you know, if I can keep it under 35 minutes, I suppose. So now, you know, my Garmin watch here, the Garmin app that my watch connects to on my phone, you know, has a race predictor on it, and I don't know how reliable those race predictors really are, because it's predicting that I will actually run much faster than that, and it's giving me a time that I don't think is very likely at all. But you know, I'm keeping that in mind, and that's actually several minutes less than that 35 minutes. So I think what I will consider a big accomplishment is if I can just, you know, not only stay under 35 minutes, but if I can actually do this race in closer to 30 minutes, I will consider that a big accomplishment, because I'm, like I said, really only for the last week or so have I been doing any kind of running with race training in mind. So yeah, that's where I stand right now. Now, I have registered for the race in Dallas, and I've got my airfare, and my sister and her family live in the Dallas area in Frisco, Texas, and she sort of had some activities planned for me once I get there. And so the trick is, you know, trying to appease my sister and still sort of not be out too late Friday night, and not eating too much crappy food, stuff like that before I have to race. So yeah, so the race is on August 23rd, and you know, we'll see how it goes. And I'm sure I'll do a couple more videos between now and then to keep you up to date on how my training's going. Okay, so my running is over, and I've taken a shower, and I'm now eating my breakfast. It's my breakfast, not yours. Anyway, yeah, and after I took a look at my Garmin, I found that I was not actually in zone 2 most of the time. I spent most of the time in zone 3, so it's really tough. That's why I decided to do the recording to you know, to kind of gauge whether or not I was even close to running in zone 2, and evidently I was running a little bit too fast, even though I was able to hold a conversation, but I was breathing probably a little harder than I should be. So yeah, holding zone 2 is tough. So yeah, I ran a little over, just a bit over 4 miles this morning, and but my pace, you know, like I said, I was having trouble holding down, and in fact, the pace that I was running for the 4 miles today would have actually been a pace that would have actually kept me right around 35 minutes in a 5K race. So yeah, I need to as far as those so-called easy runs, I need to lower my pace a little bit for my easy runs, I guess. And that's really hard to do. It's hard to run easy. And yeah, it seems like my body just sort of has a natural tempo and stride that I sort of fall into naturally. That's takes me a bit beyond zone 2 and mostly into zone 3. In fact, well, usually when I'm out doing a run, even if I'm doing an easy run, when I know I can sort of smell the barn, when I'm within about a half mile of the end of my run, I consciously pick it up, you know, just to get my heart rate up a little bit, and I think that's all right, as long as most of my so-called easy runs are in the zone 2. So I'm going to have to work on that, because you know, the more I see about you know proper training, those easy runs, those zone 2 runs are actually really important. I need to be doing most of my base miles in that, and then you know, other days of the week, you know, I can do some speed workouts, and easily I can do lots of hills around here. There's plenty of hills for me to run. So yeah, that's I guess where I stand right now. So I'm about ready to enjoy my breakfast. I made myself got my, you know, cafe americano here, and some yogurt with some blueberries and walnuts mixed in with my Greek yogurt, and a couple little slices of bacon, a couple of eggs, and a slice of toast. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy my breakfast, and yeah, there it is.
What shall we do